Hey y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. This is going to be healing to unlock your hidden potential. All right, so if you came across this is definitely for you. All right, thank you so much for being here. This is a healing for to unlock your hidden potential. All right, thank y'all so much for being here. If you came across this is meant for you. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. This is to unlock your hidden potential. All right. So thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all so much for being here. I am the Cat Medicina. I am a shaman of Native American descent. Today I am here to help unlock your full potential through this energy healing. Thank y'all so much for being here. Remember, if you were drawn to this live, then you certainly were meant to be here. All right, because spirit doesn't make mistakes. All right, so thank y'all so much for being here. The camera that way. There we go. Start removing what is blocking you from seeing your full potential. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Make sure to like, share, comment with people who need to see this healing at this time. All right. Thank you so much. All you need to do is hydrate and rest. All right. Hey, how are you? Thank you for being here. It's going pretty good. But yeah. Let's see. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for being here. This is healing for to unlock your hidden potential here. So this is energy healing. So if anybody's wondering, shamanic healing, Reiki. All right. This helps unlock your hidden potential, any limiting beliefs you may have around your own potential, around yourself. This certainly will help clear that energy. All right. Whether this is put on by others or yourself, Okay, this will help remove that. All you have to do here is just rest, hydrate, um, just an open mind and an open heart. That's all it takes. Okay. This is shamanic healing, Reiki healing. Thank you all so much for being here. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you all so much for being here. This is energy healing, shamanic healing, Reiki healing. This helps remove limiting beliefs around your hidden potential. All right. Or this is led by the ancestors. All right. The ancient healing modality that the ancestors before me have used to help. I see we got a bunch of trolls in here, y'all. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. All I do is just report them. That's all I do. I don't respond to that. Obviously, the healing energy is working in some way. This is what healing does. Brings out the people's true colors or the things they need to work on. Thank you all so much for being here. Receive this energy healing with open heart and open mind. Tell me how you feel in the comments below. Yeah, you could set the intention of to be mindful. To be mindful of your thoughts, actions, and emotions, yes. Yeah, it enhances the healing. This will help you relax. This will help you sleep at night as well. If you've been struggling to sleep, this will also help you remember your dreams as well. All right. This will remove negative energies, anything, jealousy or envy, whatever it may be. All right. So thank you all so much for being here. I also do readings as well, y'all. So if you're interested in a reading, I will put my Cash App in the chat after a while here. Thank you all so much. for being here. This is to unlock hidden potential. All right. Yeah, it certainly can. Yep. If you were drawn here, this is because your spirit guides want you to be here. Your ancestors want you to be here to help remove some heavy energies that have been draining you. Maybe you've been haven't been feeling as motivated lately. This will help restore that motivation. All right, so this will remove evil eye, jealousy, envy. All right, this will remove hexes. This will remove anything like that that's harmful to your energy. Let me know how you feel in the comments below here. This will help you with spiritual hygiene, as we call it, where you don't give energy to things that don't align with you. They simply fade away when you don't give them energy, and you can't be drained or manipulated. This will protect against any type of manipulation as well. So yeah, usually in the morning and before you go to sleep, it's always, preferred and recommended to call your energy back, because we do absorb a lot of energy. It's always important to ground too. If you like, even 5-10 minutes a day grounding, going outside, if you can, to let the energy clear off of you. Mother Earth will take that energy for you, and she will transform it. So allow the wind to take it, allow the nature to take it and transform it. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate everybody in here. To the truly genuine people that are in here, thank you. I am the Cat Medicina. I am a shaman of Native American descent. All right. What I am doing here is shamanic healing mixed in with Reiki. It's a little bit more fiery. Okay. A little bit more on that side. You may feel warm. You may feel cough. You may feel your stomach, you may can even feel nauseous, even because this energy is clearing out anything that is stagnant within your own energy. That'll help make you feel lighter, make you feel more at ease. Check out all the content that I have posted. Check out my page. Thank you all so much for being here. Oh, okay. It could be just where he's absorbing things, as well. But it's always up your discernment as well. So, because when energy never lies. So sometimes we have to take our own perception of things into account as well when we're feeling like there's something. But sometimes that's why it's always important to address our own things as well within ourselves, so that way we're not assuming things, so that way we're not being impulsive. That's what I'm here for, though. So to help you be just trusting yourself, trusting your discernment, trusting the inner knowing that you have. This is what this energy healing is for as well, to clear any type of self-doubts around things, But I do readings as well, so yeah, so just use your discernment, So it's always important to trust your discernment. If you guys are interested in a reading, I do readings as well. It's $25 for a reading. All right. I'll put my Cash App in the chat here after a while. So this is my first time on on live on here on YouTube. So oh yeah. Well yeah, it's basically that. So we're still in Scorpio season 2. Scorpio is an energy of inheritance, transformation, endings of some sort. It's also in-laws as well. So those things get brought up right away in a Scorpio energy, in a Scorpio season, especially with the sun being there. The sun will, yeah, Scorpio is a very, it's a very it's a subconscious energy. Um, so this will clear away things that don't align with you, basically. So this will help unlock your full potential. And sometimes that means certain people can't be in your life anymore when you realize your full potential. And sometimes it's certain people that hold you back. Um, and sometimes it's just the people we are closest to us. It's usually the people closest to us. It's hardly ever anybody outside of that. But this is obviously, this will protect you as well. This will help you become more aware of everything and move with your intuition and move with your higher self, things like that. So just know you're not here by accident here. All right. You're not here by chance. You're here because you need to receive this healing. You need to understand your full potential. You may be playing small. Okay. You may be settling here. Okay. So I just try to focus on my hands here as I move across the screen. Allow that to be removed. Yeah, unfortunately, this will get you where you need to be, what you need to do, and you'll be protected in doing that. So thank you for being here. Yeah, but we are in Scorpio season, but we're in November Scorpio season, so that's a little bit more Sagittarius. That's a little bit more on the freedom side of things. That's more on the open-minded side of things, more on the optimistic side of things, taking chances out of your comfort zone. Um, so you may feel a certain type of push to try something new or different that you know will change the course of your life or change the course of your direction, whatever it may be, um, during this time. So it's not uncommon for people to try something new during this time because Scorpio usually is about shadow work. It's usually about facing your fears, the uncomfortable situations, and and just transforming from that, how you can evolve from it. Um, but since it's November Scorpio season, in November it's more on the you tend to be more open minded during this time, um, with all the cycles that you've been clearing or the things you've been addressing, within yourself. Because what Scorpio energy does, it's like a sense of like knowing something. It's like a clairsentience. When I mean you could sense the feelings, the intentions of others during this time. It's a lot stronger during Scorpio season. So if you're feeling it, it's telling you something. Okay, so. Oh, you're a Gemini Cap. Oh, it's fairly new in marriage for 7 months. Got pregnant the day we were married. Oh, okay. He's a Capricorn. Oh, interesting. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Yeah, certainly there's a lot that could be unearthed during this time. So just trust what you see and what's revealed to you. Spirit will always align you with your highest good and always protect you from the things that are revealed to you, or the feelings you get, things like that. This energy healing will be to help with that. Okay. Um, Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate the genuine people in here. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's certainly a time where secrets can come out, you know. The Scorpio energy could be very secretive. It's a very strategic energy. Usually when you're in Scorpio season, it's very important not to reveal everything. Especially if you know people are not for you, is not to tell anybody anything. Scorpio energy teaches you how to move with strategy. It teaches you how to go about it, things differently based on the feelings you get and everything like that. Um, the spiritual downloads you may get. Scorpio energy is highly in the psychic realm. So you've been getting undeniable downloads, sensations, feelings, messages. It's important to listen to that, okay? Because that will transform you. What you need to close out in your life, things like that. But I am available for personal readings, healings, and spiritual classes, y'all. So, because I do teach spiritual classes as well. My email is in my description, is in the on my page. You want to contact me through email for a reading, healing, or spiritual class. Or if you want to donate for a reading on here, I'll put my Cash App here in a bit. Readings are $25. Thank you all so much for being here. Just make sure to hydrate and rest. This will help you sleep. This will help you make sure you rest and hydrate. This will align you with what's best for you at this time. This will help you take a steps out of your comfort zone as well. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to start pulling out these stubborn energies. All right. This will restore motivation. Okay, your energy. Let me know how you feel in the comments below when I do this. Thank you all so much for being here. Check out the content on my page. Yeah, if he's a Capricorn, he's more on the side of work, work, work. You know, he's more on the side of his career. He's more on the side of probably more masculine. You know, he's probably not really attentive in emotions. You know, with Capricorns, they have to honor their emotions, and sometimes when they're not doing that, they start they start stepping on people's toes and things like that. So, and Geminis, it's all about their conversation. It's all about their communication, their intellect, their mind, their ideas, how you write and how you process information, how you process certain things. So, oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, this will definitely help. This is protection too. This shields, protects, guides, protects you from harmful energies, any harmful intentions. So, yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Capricorns sometimes they get a little too work oriented. They always want to work, work, work. So, they have to learn to balance time with their families and things like that because their opposite is the Cancerian energy is their opposite. So, that's the emotional side of things. So, and Gemini energy is all about siblings, all about You're like into communication. It's all about like it's almost like curiosity, you know, it's like learning, wanting to learn more, you know, um, having a good conversation, good connection with somebody. And, you know, sometimes, you know, Gemini Capricorn is a very interesting pairing, you know, because there's so much, there's a difference there. So Capricorn's more earthly, they're more practical, they're more about their work, they're more patient, they're more, I guess you could say, stoic sometimes, or boring even. You know, and Geminis are all about like, it's all about like, sometimes it's like they're more spontaneous than a Capricorn. Capricorns are more um, traditional, depending on their birth chart, of course, but just generally, Capricorns are like that. So Geminis are all about having fun, you know, having somebody to talk to and things like that. Capricorn sometimes not always the best for that, you know. It's not all Capricorns because every Capricorn is different, um, but it's certainly, yeah. There's just a lot of there. This will help clear whatever is, you know, clarity you're gonna need. It'll bring spiritual truths to you. You know, sometimes you have to look at things from a neutral perspective and look at it other perspective wise as well. So, um, but this will clear any blockages with any type of energy like this. The insecurities, this will help you release insecurities, anything that may be clouding something at this time. Because Capricorns, they love work. I mean, they work. They like to work. Oh, he's a January Capricorn. Oh, so he has a more of an Aquarian feel to him. So he's about his mind too. So he's around a lot of people. Probably very eccentric, or like they say, like very aloof. But the way he does things is probably different from others. The way he works is probably different from others. January 15th. Oh yeah, yeah, so he's got like an air sign feel to him too. So that makes sense. You're a Gemini and he's a January Capricorn. They're like a blend of Aquariuses. So that's like another air sign. So because January Capricorns or January Aquarius it is, they like their independence. They need to have a sense of independence. Like that's very important to them. Like it's really important to them. If they don't feel independent, then they'll feel insecure. They literally will. So, because if it's in the month of the first month, so one deals with the sun, it deals with leadership, it deals with life purpose, vitality, independence. So he has a lot of like, and he's a psychic number six. So because he's born on the 15th, so 1 + 5 is 6. So there's this energy where he needs to nurture himself, but he's not doing that. So he needs to be attentive to his emotions and the emotions of others. It seems like he's struggling with that. So that makes sense that he's doing that. So, but yeah, his independence is very important to him. His identity, he probably strongly identifies with a certain way, or a certain, like, he probably considers himself a leader or considers himself, you know, the hardest worker or whatever like that. I don't know, there's something like that, or a leader kind of thing. Probably a little self-conscious as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Probably like an energy of being fixated, being stubborn energy. So Aquarian energy tends to be very stubborn because he's a blend of Aquarian, so he can be very stubborn in his ways, in his ideas, in the way he thinks. He's not transparent, so. But yeah, January Capricorns need to be. They need to honor their emotions. They need to honor the emotions of others, hold space for others. You know, more likely didn't have somebody holding space for him when he was growing up or whatever it may be. Somebody probably wasn't there for him when he needed somebody, so he got used to that. Being busy, that usually had a lot to do with the upbringing, how that goes, dynamic. What he saw growing up has a lot to do with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's because he's a psychic number six, so he's born on the 15th, so his psychic number is a six. So that's a feminine energy. That's a feminine number. So he needs to um, he needs to be nurturing to others as well, not just like you doing all of the work here. He's distracting himself with work, I feel like. So that's what it feels like. It's like he's always busy kind of thing because he feels some type of emotions that he doesn't want to deal with it, so he'll just go work. He'll go take up another shift or something, or go to work on his day off or something, because that's something a Capricorn has to be mindful of. Is like, why are you? What is the real reason you're so busy or you like to work? You know. Um, so it's very important to honor those emotions as a January Capricorn, especially January Capricorn, even Capricorn in general, even a December Capricorn as well. But yeah, so he's more, yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, on his phone, yeah, he's got a blend of Aquarian going on. So probably on social media a lot. I wouldn't be surprised he's on social media or on YouTube or whatever, watching videos or something, just distracting himself with some type of video or something like that. Like watching something like, like, oh, I like this, looks interesting, and just a little click on it. So um but yeah, so yeah, but yeah, yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, because if he's a January Capricorn, he's got that Aquarian is rules over social media, so yeah, I'm not surprised at that. Probably on his phone watching videos or something, distracting himself. And it's like that's it's just he's constantly trying to, like, I don't know, it most makes him seem like, it most feels like he's trying to validate his own intelligence or something. Like yeah, that's, I'm smarter than everybody else, or I know more than everybody else. See, that's what I think. Like things that confirm his stuff, but like he's not very transparent. It feels like he doesn't feel very open to new perspectives or something like that. That's what it feels like he's always right or something. So it's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah 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 blah, da 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 da. But one thing about January Capricorn, they have to understand that they're not always right, and they have to be open. So, because I know some people that are January Capricorns, and they're just like that. They think they know everything, and it's almost like they get into an energy where they preach, or this is the way, or this is the only way, this is it, or something like that. That's a thing where they have to be mindful of and not get into an energy they can't get into. Um, so that's one thing they have to be mindful of if they're actually being aware of their own actions. So, but yeah, it's just this energy where a lot of us get taught to always be working, always be grinding, always be in this masculine energy. You're never attending to your own emotions or emotions of others, not being there. Like it becomes tiresome, if you're on the opposite, if you're a person connected to an individual like that. So yeah, he's humble. Yeah, it feels like it's both. Because Aquariuses can fall into this know-it-all energy, like they know more than everybody else. I'm never wrong. I'm hardly wrong or something. No one works harder than me, kind of thing. There is a fine line there between that January Capricorn. They work hard, but then they could be very, yeah, they could be very arrogant because they think nobody works harder than them or nobody thinks like them. But there are plenty of people that are just as, unique as them, but they don't think so sometimes if they're not working on themselves. So this energy healing will help with clearing things like this within ourselves, always being open and transparent, you know, not acting like we know everything, right? Because it's impossible to know everything. It's just like being humble is almost like that could be toxic in itself. Like, oh, I'm always humble. Like never being satisfied, or like, oh, I just want, it can become toxic too, the humble. Well, I'm always humble and not appreciating what you have already, what you've accomplished, or what you have with you. Like sometimes that it becomes toxic when you're not appreciating things around you, people around you, especially if they're there for you, especially if they're like, you're like the glue, or they're the glue, whatever, like it takes everybody, so. But thank you for being here. Appreciate the genuine souls in here. Thank you for being here in this energy healing session here to unlock your full potential. You will feel a lot different right after this healing session, So make sure you hydrate and rest. Pay attention to how you feel after this, okay? So you're welcome, yeah. Um, I am available for readings, healings, and spiritual classes, y'all. So I do teach psychic development, tarot, astrology, numerology, things like that. So I do mediumship readings, I do dream interpretation readings, I do 1, 2, 3 question readings. What are your gifts readings? Things like that. If you want to know what your gifts are, um, that kind of thing. Totem animal messages, um, that kind of thing. Thank you all so much for being here. I haven't done something like this in a really long time, so. Oh no, you're good. It's just why I'm here. This is no. You need somebody to hold space. You needed a healing, so that's why you're here. Spirit always guides you to the right places. Well, I can say this much about my healing is it will change your life. I can say that with confidence. So, because I've seen results, I get a lot of confirmations from others that I have helped. So this will align you with your highest good. This will help change your perspective. This will help you just trust yourself overall, and protect you at the same time. So. But yeah, we're still in that Scorpio season, and today is what, the 6th. So psychic number 6. So this is all about nurturing yourself. This is about self care, self love, self worth. This is that time, like this is a number for that. If you've been feeling like you need to treat yourself to something, you know, and you understand that you don't you're afraid to indulge in something that would help you. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, certainly this energy healing will help clear a lot of blockages within you and help you how to go about this, so anybody is wondering, I am a shaman of Native American descent. So the Cat Medicina. All right. I also do readings as well. So if you're interested in a reading, let me know. Let me know how you feel in the comments below here. Thank you so much for being here. Check out the content. Check out my healing content and my readings that I do on here. Subscribe, like, share, comment with anybody who may need this healing at this time. If you guys are interested in a reading, healing, or spiritual class, contact me through my email. I put my email and my content in the corner of my content that I post, and it's in my description of my profile of my page. If you want to, you feel a sense of emptiness, like you've been cleaned, honestly, there you go. Yeah. Well, I'm glad this is helping you. So we all need it, It's like if you need to go to a chiropractor or the doctor, like sometimes we all need to just to check up once in a while. It'll help us. It's like I see this like having a spa day. You're getting treated by spirit here, spirit's helping. So you're gonna it's not uncommon to feel warm, to feel sleepy even, to yawn, to cough. I can assure you this will change the course of your life for the better, because this aligns you with your highest good. This gives you direction. All right. Helps you understand your potential and the direction you're going in. I'm going to put my Cash App here in the chat, y'all. So, I don't know how to I don't know how to comment on here. Interesting. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to figure out how to work this, how to comment. This will help what's blocking, like the communication or what's going on in it. it certainly will clear the blocks. So, of course, this will align you with what's your highest good, whatever that may be. So, this will help you resolve the things that you need to resolve in the relationship. This will help give you clear the blockages that are preventing this from, like from communication not being received or whatever it may be here. This will just help with the truth with revealing what needs to be revealed right now. So that way you can move forward with it, or how you're going to go about it. This will help bring clear blockages when it comes to some type of fears you may have. Maybe fears of abandonment, fears of resentment or betrayal. It'll clear those types of energies as well. So I am available for readings, healings, and spiritual classes as well. So thank you all so much for being here. Make sure to hydrate and rest. This will help you relax. This will help you recalibrate, recharge. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate everybody in here. This will bring the best possible outcome in the current situations, whatever you may be going through at this time. This will bring the best possible outcome as well. Yeah, it's helping him as well. So if he has been active during this life, yeah, this is a powerful energy healing. So this is helping him as well, protecting him to your newborn, to that's about to be, he's just protecting you and him. So when it's time for him to enter this world, he will be safe. Everything will be safe for him. Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I could sense that. Yeah, because I could feel the energy of a boy. Interesting. That's how you know spirit is working there. Yeah, it's certainly gonna help him. This is gonna protect him. This is gonna ensure that he is safe. So it's gonna be born in 2026. So he's gonna be born in the numerology year of a one. So it's all gonna be about independence, identity, like purpose. I feel like he's gonna be it's like this energy of like the sun will be shining on him or something like that. Like you'll be the ray of sunshine or something like that. Like you'll have a smile that everybody loves or something like that. Or an energy that everybody loves. So it's 1, 2, 7, 9, 11, 16. So he's going to be a life path 7. So he's going to be a very spiritual uh, energy. So he's going to be more um, a person that is going to need his solitude. He's going to need his time to himself. He's going to need to balance between himself and others, and having to be of service to others, but also to himself. That kind of thing. As he gets older, he'll learn that to follow his own intuition, to follow his own lead, and his spirit will be guiding him. So it has a lot to do with past lives as well, life path 7. So um, it's all about growth, spiritual growth for him. That's what it's going to be. They have their own way of connecting to the divine or spirit, or how they enter the world is different. You know, um, it's going to be an independent soul for sure. Going to have his own way of doing things. Like it's gonna have his way of doing spiritual practices, his way of meditating or whatever he does. It's like he's gonna have his own independent way of doing something. But thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody in here, genuine souls in here. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna teach him something because it's born the same day as him. It's gonna bring something to him. Because I mean, if he's gonna be born on the exact same day as him, Spirit's trying to get his attention. So it'll bring him back into his feminine energy. So because it's a psychic number 6, the 15th. So it'll teach him how to be more in his feminine. Um, so so he certainly, and he's a 7. So he'll be a light path 7, and 7 has to deal with ascension. So spiritual growth. So he will elevate your husband's energy because he's gonna have a high energy when he comes in here. He's gonna have like a otherworldly energy. So it's gonna be feel like from a different world. He's gonna have different features, probably different. Um, gonna be different but unique to him, of course. Um, but yeah, because he's already connected to the higher realms already, being gonna be born around that time. So he's gonna move. He's gonna create a lot of shifts with him and yourself. So that's what he's here. That's what he's coming in for, is to change the whole thing, to shift to shift people's lives just from their mere presence. That's all it is. I feel like they will. I mean, he's a what, August Leo, so he's like a Virgo. So he has like a Virgo. He's probably very observant, very expressive, very confident. Maybe like the light shines on him too. So it tends if you have a Leo Virgo mixing in with January Capricorn, they tend to work well. They tend to finish each other's sentences. So so he's gonna bring a lot of he's gonna bring a lot of sense of like just a lot of vibrant energy. He's gonna bring a lot of youthful energy to him. Even when he gets older, he's gonna be youthful, like that kind of thing. Or he gets more youthful as he grows older, if that makes sense. He becomes more like that kind of thing. You could probably be serious, or you could be very, at some point, but August Leo is like a Virgo, basically. So there's a blend of that. So fixed energies tend to get along with each other. So and Leo and Aquarius tend to be fixed energies because January Capricorns have an Aquarian energy to them because Aquarius is the middle of January, so or later in January. So and then of course August Leo is a fixed sign. So fixed energies tend to get along. So of course it just depends on their birth chart, their entire birth chart. But just from that, they tend to get along. So because Leo's all about the self. Leo's all about the vibrant energy there. They're about the self-expression, the confidence. Leo's is the fifth house of children. So they tend to like there's children as a theme in Leo's lives, like or siblings or a nephew or a niece or something. That's always they always have a connection with. Even Leos that are just like they'll have a connection with a nephew or a niece of theirs or something, or they like to work in daycares or something, work with children, to help the future generations, like those kinds of things. They're very heart centered people, Leos. They're very heart centered, so because they rule the heart. So in your newborn that's going to come into this world, he's going to be a Capricorn. So that rules over the knees, that rules over the skeletal system, the skin, the teeth, the bones. So those things are things that to be aware of because the Capricorns they have to keep up with their skin, teeth, and bones and make sure they have good health with that stuff. Leos have to be mindful of their heart, being mindful of that kind of stuff, heart health. So your oldest is a Cancerian. Yeah, so Cancerian's the cardinal. It's water. Leo is fire. So sometimes water and fire can bump heads a lot. Cancerians are really in tune emotionally. So Leos are just very expressive and they're fiery and they tend to say things right on the spot, but they don't think things through sometimes. Like they don't think about how it could make somebody else feel. So Leos can do that. Sometimes they don't understand that at first, but they tend to learn over time though. So, but Cancerians they're a cardinal energy. When I say cardinal, they're initiators. They like to initiate things. They like to get things started. Since they're water, they like to express their emotions out there openly. And sometimes their emotions are not reciprocated or accepted. And as a Leo, sometimes Leos can be stubborn too, and they could feel like they're in the right or something. Or you can't say that about me. It's like Leos are self-conscious. They could be very self-conscious people, energies. They're very self-conscious. They tend to care a lot about what people say about them sometimes. a little too much where it controls their life or the way they think or approach people. So Leos have to understand that it doesn't matter what people say about you, kind of thing. So and always have to understand that they're not always in the right as well. That's what Leos have to understand as well. That are not always right. You know, fixed energies in general. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius also could be just like Leo. They could be very stubborn. So Cancerians, Capricorns, Aries, Libras, they're all cardinals too. So they're all initiators. So they are like the leaders of a group project or something. They like to take lead. So they certainly have their place. So, of course, you're welcome. Yeah. I do teach astrology, so I know the ins and outs. Yeah. Just from the month they're born, the day they're born, mixing in numerology with astrology, it could help guide, especially as a parent, when you have kids. It's you can find what their strengths are and what challenges they have. So because Cancerians, they need to understand boundaries. Or they have people that struggle with boundaries that don't have boundaries, or don't benefit from people not having them. Leos have to again they have to avoid being self-conscious or being too egotistical, because they have an ego-driven type of mentality sometimes. They always want to be the best. They always want to compete. They always want to be front and center, all the time. So they have to learn that, and when they understand that, it's like when they're when they're balanced. I'll say, Leos clap for others. Leos will clap for the next person over. Like they'll compliment them and things like that. So, but when they're feeling some type of way, then they can feel very competitive and they want the attention on them and all that. They're not as strangers to drama either, Leo. So things can be dramatic or maybe overly dramatic sometimes. Things don't have to be big as it has to be. Like sometimes it turns into something bigger sometimes with Leos, but overall, obviously, that's just a challenge for them. And I feel when Leos like that, Leos don't tend. That's why Leos tend to hate drama. So because people always have something to say about Leos, and always too, Leos they always have people that are competitive with them. They always want people that compete with them secretly or something. Um, so that could be a thing where they kind of have a hard time with trusting as well, and they have to call that out or whatever. So, but Leo is fire, Cancerian is water. Take the elements too. The elements of water can calm fire. So sometimes because water can feel and sense something's wrong or off, whatever, and sometimes the way they're received is people gaslighting them or people are, making it seem like they're crazy or something for even feeling, oh, like you're not, oh, that isn't true. Well, you're wrong. Da, 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 But what it is with Cancerian energy in particular is they have to learn to take control of their life and trust their own intuition, things like that. So they have to learn to trust their own instincts, not the instincts that are on from others. Because the more they ask for advice, the more confusing it will be for Cancerians. So, it's just a sense of when you have that green light that you get from spirit, you do it. So that's what Cancerian's lesson in this one of their lessons in this life. Cancerian rules over the fourth house. Fourth house is your family, your home, your emotions, your ancestral lineage. It's behind the scenes. It's real estate, things like that, property. So it's like the home, it's the mother. So it's the feminine energy. So the connection to the mother, the feminine energy, depending on how the mother it shows up in the person's life, whether they're there or not, how they treat them, however that is, it can affect how they honor their feminine energy. So those things are very connected to a Cancerian energy. Leos are all about children, as I mentioned. your life purpose, your higher self. It's romance, it's dating, it's fun and games, it's vitality, you know, so it's gambling, it's entrepreneur energy. So so they tend to be more drawn to, you know, entrepreneur type things, Leos. So later in life, where they like to be their own thing, where they do their own thing, have their own business, stuff like that. So if you need somebody to boost your confidence or help you take a chance, Leos are always going to be the people to do that with, in such a passionate way where it gets you to be passionate about what you want to do. You know, Leos have an energy that is very uplifting. So it's the sun. People want to be around Leo. So so yeah. But thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Obviously, you know, I do birth chart readings as well, y'all. So I do that for clients as well. Birth chart readings where I read your entire birth chart. All you need is your time of birth and the city and state where you're born. That's all you need. So I will be closing this healing session out very soon. All right. So but if you guys are interested in, you know, a reading, healing, or spiritual class, my email is on my page, okay, or on the content that I post. My email is there. You want to contact me for reading, healing, or class. All right. You have the option of doing it on WhatsApp, or you don't have to, but usually that's where I do my readings and healings and classes, is on WhatsApp. So I'll do a tarot reading here. I'll do a spread for the collective here after this, closing out this healing session. So you are now safe. You are now blessed. You are now protected. You are now free from any limiting or fear-based beliefs, any type of mind control or manipulation. You are shielded and protected in every moment. In both in the physical, spiritual worlds, you are safe. Everybody you love is safe. Your home is safe. All right. Then we're going to do the reading here for the collective. See, what does the collective need to know at this time? Let's see. What does the collective need to know at this time from the Great Spirit? Of course, you're welcome. What does the collective need to know right now? The Great Spirit, the ancestors of the highest good. What does the collective need to know at this time? What does the collective need to know at this time? The Great Spirit, the Great Mystery. So we have the Knight of Wands here. So there's a sense of maybe you feel anxious at this time. King of Wands here, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person could be significant, or this is you. This is a need to trust your gut and instincts, okay? We have the King of Cups here. So this is somebody that doesn't give away their energy so easily. So there's a need to not give your energy away so easily to things that try to distract you or throw you off, try to make you feel like you are not on track or you're behind. You're not behind. All right. Queen of Wands, this could be you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, in the placement of the first house. First house is your identity and how you view everything. So there's this energy of your confidence is growing, or to be confident in yourself. Animals could be significant here. A cat could be significant in general. Pay attention to how your pets are acting right now. Okay, there's an energy here where they're trying to get you out of your comfort zone or get you to do something here that you know you need to do or something like that. Like there's some type of growth here. You've been showing a lot of growth lately, and you need to view it as, you know, you've grown a lot. Don't view it as you're behind. Okay, something around your crown chakra could be significant. Solar plexus, crown. Pay attention to the insight you receive at this time. All right, Four of Swords in the placement of your second house, which deals with your money, your resources, your finances, your personal belongings, your self-worth. So there's a need to maybe rest more here. There's a need to like, I feel like there are some energies around you right now at this time that maybe you're a little too close to your finances, or a little too close to your money, or a little too close to your resources that you need to pay attention to. Like there's something being revealed at this time, so pay attention to that. All right, we have the Strength card. So this is in the placement of your mind, thoughts, communication, short distance travel, siblings, aunts, cousins, uncles, local travel here. So there's something around like your energy draws a lot of attention. It draws a lot of like people towards you. And you need to be mindful of your thoughts at this time. You know, like what you're thinking, like releasing things you can't control. I feel like there's things around that you're trying to control that you can't control. You need to release control around that. It's like something around temptation or something like that, or thinking in a certain way here that's changing. All right. Yeah, you have the moon here, so you may be dealing with some type of clutter, emotional clutter that you need to deal with here, or there's other emotional influences here affecting your judgment of some sort, of the circumstances at this time. So it's very important to declutter your space. There's something around decluttering your space. Donate things you don't need in your space or your home, or declutter your life in general. People you don't associate with anymore, things like that. Okay, the Hangman in the placement of your self-expression, confidence, creativity, your life purpose. So this is the energy of feeling like, trust the insight you're receiving here. I feel like there's something around balance for you. Everybody needs to have balance at this time, like attending to yourself, tending to your own emotions, tending to these things, to how you express yourself, and how you know, like I'm embarking on some creative endeavors or something, like finding a creative outlet of some sort. Okay, Two of Cups here in the placement of work, job, health, routine. Okay, coworkers. So yeah, this is a person you could be connected to here. There's something around this, like where it's just to trust your insight that you're receiving here. Like just like don't overthink things here. Okay, Queen of Cups in the placement of your seventh house of one-on-one relationships, business partnerships. So yeah, there's this energy around, you know, your intuition and your emotions here. You know, like seeing it for what it is and not for what it's not, type of thing. All right. Nine of Cups here in the placement of your eighth house, which is spiritual growth, evolution, and change, inheritance. So there's something around, I feel like there's this energy around insecurities I'm getting. Like there's a sense of insecurities, overthinking things. I feel like you're creating a scenario in your head that doesn't exist, but you're creating it by just thinking about it in that way. I feel like Knight of Cups. So you need to release this. You need to release this worrying or this self-sabotage type behavior. I feel like there's something around self-sabotaging. These beliefs that keep you stuck. I feel like there are beliefs that keep you stuck. So releasing these things. And of course, if you came across this healing session, you're definitely going to feel a difference. All right. So Three of Cups. So based on like your circle, the, you know, people you shared time and energy with in the past, in the placement of the past. This is the placement of career, long-term energy. So, you know, based on like, this is the energy of working on trust. This is the energy of working on that kind of thing. Hey, how are you? Thank you for being here. Page of Cups here. So a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius person is going to be very significant here. Is somebody that is could be a child or a young as 20s or mid-20s. Could be very significant. Okay, there's something very significant about this energy. So so when you have the Ten of Wands here in the placement of your 12th house, which deals with spiritual, not spiritual growth, solitude, spirituality, how you connect to spirit. So there's this energy of not being so hard on yourself. Okay. You need to stop being so hard on yourself for thinking you could have done something different or something. Like, oh, if I would have done this, this would have been like this. You release that, is what I'm feeling here. Okay. Like, there's this energy of like not resorting to old thought patterns or old emotional habits or something. Um, this is a period of spiritual growth for everybody here. To not resort to the same things, to the same thought patterns, to the same emotional assumptions here. Um, we have the Emperor here, so an Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn person. Um, Five of Swords in the placement here of your conscious mind. So this is energy of self-sabotaging, or like this is energy of. I feel like it's very important to trust your intuition at this time. With everything that's going on around you, that things are being revealed to you, trust it. All right. That's what I'm feeling. Because there are other things that are trying to cloud your judgment or trying to cloud it. This feels like it's internal, you know. But there's some energy here that will help you through something, or the next 11 months or something. 11 months, 11 weeks, 11 days for some. Those timelines of this significant energy helping, I feel like. Okay. Yeah, in the next 11 weeks, well, for a lot of y'all, it feels like 11 weeks. 11 months for some, 11 weeks. For a very small few, there's 11 days, but uh, um, there's an energy of a baggage here. You have a lot of, like, clearing baggage. That's what it's all about right now. You could be ready. This is something you've already been doing. Like, I just feel like old things are coming up, baggage, that is coming up. So there's a need to, like, release that, because it can sabotage some things that you have right now that you are going good for you. Um, but you got to release the emotional baggage you have, the fears that you have, because it has like an energy of like releasing it mentally, not trying to control the situation, not trying to control things. That's a big thing, releasing the element of control for a lot of y'all, okay? Because Scorpio energy can be controlling. It's about control and power. So there's a lot of that power control dynamic that goes on sometimes during this season. Hey, how are you? Thank you for being here. But yeah, I just feel like there's a need to release control here. For the collective, releasing that control. That's what's keeping you from receiving something by trying to control the outcome or something. Allow it to come to you without controlling it. So, if anybody's just coming in, I just finished an energy healing session to help people step into their full potential. I'm just doing a reading for the collective here. Let's do one more. Let's see. Thank you all so much for being here. I am available for personal readings, healings, and spiritual classes. So my email is on my page if you want to contact me for a reading, healing, or spiritual class. Let's see. So at the bottom, 9 of Cups. So I feel there's a sense of like feeling comfortable in this moment. Okay, you may be struggling with feeling comfortable in the now. Is what I feel. I feel like you want to be doing something all the time, or like there's a sense of being challenged, there's a sense of yeah. We have the Death card at the bottom, so there's a lot of transformation. This is about your authenticity as well. This is about surrendering. Okay. Queen of Wands came out again, first card. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person. This is you, or this could be an ancestor. Grandmother figure, could be a female energy here. helping you through this, helping you be more confident in yourself, helping you be more. I feel like there's an ancestor here that could be helping you, or this is a person that's still here on Earth that helps you, that is very expressive, that is very, isn't afraid to say something, like something like that. Okay, so 10 of Cups, yeah, in the placement of the second house of finances, resources, personal belongings. Knight of Pentacles, it's what you give your energy to here mentally. Like the more you think about something, the more it creates it. Like it's to be mindful of our thoughts is what I'm getting from spirit here. Is to be mindful of your thoughts and not create something that isn't there. Does that make sense? Judgment. Yeah, I just feel like in the placement of your fourth house of emotions, family, home energy, this is about maybe judging yourself a little too harshly, for maybe not being attentive to something or being wise to something or like that kind of energy. So there's an energy again of trusting yourself. Uh, okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for being here. This is my first time going live on YouTube, so so I'm new to this. I'm new to the lives on YouTube. So I do have a TikTok page. It's the Cat Medicina if you want to check out my TikTok, but I haven't been on there in a long time. So um but yeah, I just feel like there is something here with the Five of Wands and the placement of your fifth house of courage, confidence, dating, romance. So there's like this energy of void, like again, there's something around your mind, not to do feed something, that it is not there, or don't like feed it, if that makes sense. Yeah, 7 of Wands, because there's energy of you could feel overwhelmed. This is in the placement of your routine, what you do on a regular basis. So there's a lot that comes at you. I feel like that is trying to influence you. I feel like, and I feel like this could be coming from former coworkers, even, or people you just interact with on a regular basis. Whatever it may be. Like it could be affecting you, and it could be affecting your heart space here. Okay. Yeah, we have a King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Libra person is very significant. Okay, in the seventh house of one-on-one relationships. So there's this energy of like being tested, okay, or this person tests you, or this person is testing you, like you're being tested, okay. Right now is what I'm hearing. And you could be feeling drained because of it, or there's this energy around not wanting to repeat something, okay. 10 of Swords in the placement of your eighth house, which is change, transformation, endings, evolution, inheritance. So there's something you inherited here. Like there's something that's inherited from your family line or something like that. It could be around relationships or something, that there's the same thing that repeats in relationships. That is something that you're not trying to do, kind of thing that's coming up right now. All right. The Wheel of Fortune, the placement of your open-mindedness, stepping out of your comfort zone, optimism. Okay. There's an energy of like you are protected though. Like you don't need to worry about anything. You don't need to worry about anything. You're protected. Like in this new chapter, you're protected from whatever unseen force there is here. And it's from this ancestor, I feel like. Okay. We have a 7 of Pentacles in the placement of your past, career, long-term status. There's a sense of trusting yourself. Okay. There's a sense of divine timing. There's a sense of timing here. There's a sense of seeing things that are surfacing at this time that are reoccurring, and to address those things, okay, that are maybe delaying something, or, all right. 8 of Swords. So there's this energy around self-doubt that you may be having. It's just there's a lot of energies around you, or that are that create this sense of feeling trapped, that don't make you feel grounded at all. Okay. So it's very important to understand that there are other energies affecting you that are like having you doubt yourself, self-sabotaging, or whatever it may be. So don't feed these energies, okay? So yeah, we have Devil card here. It's in this 12th house of spirituality, solitude, light behind closed doors, your hidden strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, there's a lot of fear, a lot of energies that try to create fear mongering. This is your own fears. Okay, the spirit wants you, your ancestors want you to deal with the fears that you may have at this time, to address those fears. Okay, to release this energy. I feel like there's something around codependent energy or abandonment, or like there's something around like escapism even, you know, being escaping your problems or escaping things, or dealing with somebody that's escaping things right now. It could be a very prominent thing in your life right now. It's basically, it's what you feed here. All right. So there's this energy around trusting yourself. Okay, it's around being confident in yourself overall. You know, as a person, you know, being confident in what you see, hear, feel, what you're sensing. Do not ever doubt yourself when you feel certain things. Okay. Usually when you tend to doubt yourself or you know, like that, there's some type of blockage or some type of thing that it creates. It's almost like you gaslight yourself into thinking, okay, you know, no, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm, you know, like that could affect your how your gifts are, or how they come through for you. So it's like that inner critic that it goes on with you, like the inner critic. Um, so judging yourself too harshly is saying, you know, is that a little harsh? Am I crazy for that? Like that, you're not crazy. Like that kind of energy. I'm just here to confirm you are not crazy. All right. So if you're sensing it, it's because you're picking it up. Okay. So let's keep going here. Let's see, what else there to know for the collective at this time? The Great Spirit, the Great Mystery, ancestors of the highest good. What else is there to know for the collective at this time? What else is there to know at this time? Let's see. So again, Eight of Swords is at the bottom. So again, there's this energy where you need to ground. You need to ground your energy. You need to, some of y'all need to go out in nature. You need to be by a tree of some sort, something like that. You guys may be sitting down too much, or there's something like where you're just not moving around too much, or thank you. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. I'm glad it's resonating here. All right. Page of Pentacles. This is somebody that is willing to take chances here, that's willing to believe in themselves, step out of their comfort zone. There's this energy where there are the signs everywhere. Spirit's trying to get your attention or tell you something here through maybe an individual, maybe a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aries person is trying to get your attention. Or it's like this energy where Spirit's speaking through this individual, or this is you. The Spirit's speaking through you to somebody else, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles in the placement of your second house of your finances, resources, personal belongings. So yeah, this is energy around about an opportunity that's coming your way here. Through being like, it's this energy where your opportunity is coming towards you. So continue to be like, continue to believe in yourself. Like, this is energy around believing in yourself. There's a lot around belief, around your heart space, believing that you can do something. Okay, that means a lot. That has a lot of energy. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or yeah, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person. It could be very significant. You could be receiving a message from this person. Okay, this person could be something that's local, or somebody that just has a strong, has a higher, is intelligent, has a strong throat chakra. All right. There's something around like spirits speaking through others to get to tell you something, if that makes sense. King of Cups here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio person could be significant. These could be ancestors as well. You could have an air sign ancestor, or Mercury ancestor, Virgo, Gemini ancestor, or you could have a water sign ancestor or a water sign person in your life. Here. All right, we have the Lovers. Okay, in the placement of romance dating. So yeah, there's something around relationships here. There's something around, yeah, there's just something the Spirit's trying to get your attention about a relationship. I feel like, okay, there's something around relationships in general for most of you, like Spirit's trying to get your attention through somebody else, just to relay what you already know, if that makes sense. The tower, and the placement of your sixth house, which is your routine, your work, your job, your health. So a lot is changing with these areas. Okay. Um, like you may be anticipating something here as well. Seven of Cups and the placement of one-on-one relationships, business partnerships. So yeah, there's a lot of illusion that's maybe throwing at you. Maybe you're. It's almost like not to be delusional or something, or people maybe telling you you're delusional. That makes sense. Four of Swords, but there's something like that here because it's the Four of Swords. Four deals with acquaintances. It deals with other people. So there's something here where it's like, am I crazy? Am I deluding myself? Am I delulu here? You know? But there's this thing where you trust what you see and what you feel. Like people, spirits speaking through others to confirm what you already know. Four of Pentacles and the placement of your taking chances. You could be very reserved at this time. You could feel very, you feel like you want to say something, but you can't say something. Again, it's a four again, so this deal with acquaintances, and also the number four deals with unexpected change, unpredictable energy or movement. So you could be dealing with that type of energy. All right. Three of Cups, and it has a lot to do with like maybe this could be a third party situation even. All right, just from what I'm seeing here, it could be a third party, but this is the placement of the past, so maybe this is something you experienced in the past. You had like experience a third party situation, and you don't want it to repeat. Like there's something around it. Page of Cups, again, this Page of Cups is very significant. The placement of social media, technology, unpredictable energy, authenticity. Again, I feel like the page energies are very significant here. Page energy is younger energy. It's like a child to a young adult, to 20s or early 20s. Things like that could be very significant for you. Four of Cups and the placement of solitude, life behind closed doors, spirituality. I just feel like your spirit's giving you a lot of signs here, or spirit is about to give you one, or spirit's about to give you some type of like clarity or some type of like insight or something. There's the spirit speaking through other people is what I'm getting. They speak through people that are conduits for spirit. Okay. All right. Ten of Swords. There's something that you're not wanting to repeat, or something's you're about to clear here. All right. So like there's like a more than one person here. There's like multiple people here. You got two pages. You have two kings here. So King of Swords, King of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. So there's more than one person involved here. They all are connected to a relationship of some sort. So it could be like this energy where there's people trying to influence another going on. So it's very important to protect your energy and to always be mindful of your thoughts. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, not to feed that energy. Don't like, it's like, oh, here we go again kind of energy. But this could be like a thing where your insecurity comes in and tries to sabotage something that's good going on, right? So that's it's like not to to create a tower moment, based on that. Like, because Scorpio energy is about facing your fears. It's about facing the uncomfortable things about yourself. So, and this is a thing that could be uncomfortable about ourselves at this time, where we have to face this assumption that we maybe have about somebody or a situation, that it's going to turn out the same way all the time, but it's not true at all. Like, this is like a thing where it could be avoided, where you could avoid sabotaging something, you could avoid, or this person can avoid sabotaging something, like that kind of energy is what's going on right now, I feel like. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of money involved in it, though. Like, something's money driven here. It's a money driven type thing. It's almost like it's become materialistic. It's become about money and not about emotions or something. That kind of energy. It feels like more on the money side of things than it feels like on the emotional side of things here. But there's about to be an energy that changes all that, I feel like. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because this page, there's two pages here. This page of Pentacles is an Earth sign energy or an Aries, which is like somebody's child, young adult years. So that makes sense. So yeah, there's certain people that have a sense of energy is not grown, even though they're in that age. Sometimes their energy is not like doesn't like it's not matching. But it's like spirits talking to you at this time about something that you already know about. That spirit's trying to get your attention. It's like hello, hello, hello. Kind of energy is what I'm getting here. To trust that spirit's giving you what you need to, like, confirming what you think you're crazy for or something. Spirit's like, no, you're not. Like, spirit's talking through others is what it feels like. So yeah, yeah, for sure. Because yeah, when I see a lot of pages in a spread, that usually speaks of a lot of a child, young adult. So that's what it feels like. Um, but yeah, certainly there's an energy here. Um, Spirit's just trying to communicate a lot to you at this time through others. It's not always in numbers or music. Sometimes it's through other people. So pay attention to what people are saying to you at this time is what I'm getting to about whatever you're going through. That spirit's always gonna find a way to communicate with you, always. So let's see what gifts that you should be aware of at this time. What gifts should the collective be aware of at this time? The Great Spirit, the Great Mystery. What gifts should the collective be aware of at this time? What gifts should the collective be aware of at this time? What gifts should the collective be aware of at this time? What gifts should the collective be aware of at this time? What gifts should the collective be aware of at this time? So we have the Knight of Wands here. So this is energy of like you just know things. There's an energy around knowing, a knowing. So this is like premonition. This is like precognition, stuff like that. Stuff that you'll know will come out later, but you'll know ahead of time, is what I'm getting. Like you guys have this sense of, it's almost like a sense of prophecy, like they call it. So yeah. Yeah, King of Pentacles here. So yeah, again, there's a sense of you knowing something. Okay. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aries person. There's something you know. Okay. The gifts that you should be aware of at this time as a collective is your knowing. Like things that you can't explain how you know it, but you just do, is what I'm receiving. All right, Nine of Swords, in the placement of money, finances, resources, personal belongings. Okay, this is about releasing limiting beliefs around this knowing, not trying to see something for what it's not, is what I get. Okay, the Fool in the placement of your thoughts, communication, and mind. So I just feel like there's just something like I'm not going to be played for a fool or something, is what it feels like. But this is about your knowing. This is about your claircognizance, is what they call it. That's the clear sense of just knowing things. Your gut feeling, like there's just something that's strong in your energy that something is just weird or something right now. Nine of Cups, okay, in the placement of your fourth house of family, home, emotions, ancestors. So yeah, I feel like you have the ability to read the room or read a person very easily. That's a gift you should pay attention to. Like there's something about you can read energy, you can read people. All right. Five of Cups in the placement of your confidence, your creativity, your self-expression. So sometimes it could be overwhelming mentally because you read into, people's true intentions or what they're really thinking. So it can bother you at times. So Six of Cups and people that you're connected with here, all right, on a regular basis, routine wise, you're connected to those energies, so you have a deep sense of knowing how these people will operate, especially people you live with as well. You know how they operate, what they're going to say, what they're thinking, you know, like that, especially with people you live with, you share a lot of energy, time, space with, in the same house with. You're able to read that, like you're aware of it. Okay. Death card. So in the placement of your one-on-one relationships, business partnership. So is this energy of like you're a person that sees through people. That's the gift you have. You see through people. Um, don't underestimate this ability. You can see through people right now. Okay. Page of Swords. So people may be resistant to that because you can't see through them. Okay. Page of Swords. Okay. In the placement of your spiritual growth, evolution, change. Okay. This is an energy where when you're onto something, people will tend to feel uncomfortable. But this is the gift you have. Okay. Knight of Swords. So people will try to challenge you here. People will try to. So it's very important to know people are always going to challenge you, or people are always going to try to make you doubt yourself, or like this gift can make people doubt yourself because people will tell you you're crazy for it, but you're not. Okay, because you're guided by your ancestors, or you're guided by a guide of some sort. Okay, you're guided by an energy here. Okay, so yeah, we have the world here. So yeah, like this is energy around people may know you. You know, a lot of people know you. So like it's just energy around like something's coming full circle for you. You know when something is not for you anymore. Like there's just a gift of understanding when something is done, basically. Okay. We have the devil card. So yeah, I feel like there's this energy of, again, you could sense things. Okay, you could sense the real motives of people. All right, the wheel of fortune in the placement of your spirituality, solitude, life behind closed doors. Yeah, you just get you get information about somebody or about a situation, about a place, that you just can't explain. You get it and you just trust it. Like there's a need to trust it. Okay. Because it's going to come out later anyway to confirm it. Because you'll always get confirmation anyway. Like I feel like, okay. So don't, and has a lot to do with your mental state. So it's important to release like you may be dealing with some type of mental health, type of thing. So those things that can upset you, or it's very important to work on those things. This will strengthen it, okay, by clearing that stagnant energy like of that, okay, of a certain events or something. So when you clear that, this gift will become stronger where you're able to just read people very easily and not have a second guess about it or anything like that. You could sense when somebody is just not aligned with you. That's what it feels like. When somebody's not for you, that you could tell just from how they communicate or how you connect, how it feels. Like you could just feel it in your energy. It's like, oh, this just doesn't feel right. It feels draining or something. So like that kind of thing. So that's what I see. This gift protects you from hidden enemies. Okay, it protects you from hidden things that people try to sneak up on you. Okay, so that's the gift that you should be paying attention to at this time. Okay, do not doubt this this gift of yours. So, but yeah, I mean, there is talk about you here. There is somebody talking. People are talking here. So you have a strong third eye here. Okay, you have a strong third eye. Okay, it sees through illusions. It sees through people. Okay, so that's the gift that you should be aware of at this time. All right, I am going to sign off. All right, it was nice being on here. It's the first time being on here, so this went really well as I expected. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll try to go live tomorrow, but just depending on how I feel. So, but I'll see you when I see you. Thank you all so much for being here. Remember, the more you heal, the more you notice. Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay protected. I love y'all. Namaste, and may your best always be good enough, and may the divine bless you with every step. I love y'all. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Many blessings. Thank you.